Alrighty, we're going to start November's CLIF. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Major Ackerman. We're going to start this off. So for today's form, we have Colonel Pierce, Garrison Commander, Sergeant Major Tavernier, and Miss Gavley. And before we start this block, we're going to get some Garrison Commander's notes or comments.
Hello. Good morning. How's everybody? Hey, thanks for everybody for being here, all the organizations, the units. I know we'll have a lot of wonderful folks are in the field doing the green ready, enjoying Hohenfels right now. Todd, thanks for being here. And thanks for all the organizations that show up and help make this the best hometown in Europe. The CLIF is being live streamed, so thanks to our PAO. Since our last CLIF, to October, I was not here, I was TDY, but a transition that we've had recently, our rotational aviation brigade that's up at Stork Barracks, the 1st Combat Aviation Brigade out of Fort Riley, has gone home now, and they were replaced by the 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade out of Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, Georgia. So Colonel Mike McFadden and Sergeant Major Robert Armstrong are the command team for that unit. Some good news across the community. Cross country, the high school cross country team, the girls finished 1st and the boys finished 3rd in the European Division III Championships. Congratulations to them. Last Saturday, the boys football team played in the championship game. Unfortunately, they came up just a bit short, but they finished 2nd. Mr. Mike Biondo, where are you? Please stand up. Mr. Mike Biondo was awarded 2018 Stalwart Award. That's an Installation Management Command headquarters level award for his professionalism and dedication to duty. Mr. Daniel Jones, is Dan here? He's out working hard somewhere. Mr. Dan Jones is our workforce development specialist for the Garrison. He was selected as an FY20 Defense Civilian Emerging Leader Program selectee. So he'll go to school, and he's been selected as the Installation Management Command Europe level as well. So congratulations to him. He does if any of you were here in May and you remember, he spearheaded the visit from Mr. Lee Cockrell, former Vice President of Operations for Disney. That was a great experience. I think our RSO is going to recognize a volunteer that's, we say volunteer of the month, someone that's done some volunteering to make our community a better place. Chaplain?
Yeah, it's Dave McQueen here. Dave, where are you? Not seeing. He's volunteering somewhere. Well,
Outstanding.
Dave is a guy who works at 12th Cap, and I thought he was going to be here today, but he volunteers as our audio-visual guy at the chapel. So each week, when I'm preaching or the music team is up, he's in the back and fired up, video goes well, and the overall that day. He also volunteers at Club Beyond for a lot of our youth. Great role model, just a man who's trying to do things well, and so he volunteers with Club Beyond. So if he walks in the door somewhere, maybe he got caught up in another mission, we'll stand up in front of everybody and applaud him. Dave McLean, if you see him, let him know that he's recognized and he's a great guy, great volunteer.
The intent of us recognizing, we do a volunteer recognition ceremony, obviously, in about the April-May time frame, which is kind of our official ceremony. But in the spirit of hunting the good stuff, each month, just highlighting somebody that's doing good in our community. That's my resilience training kicking in. If any of you in your day-to-day activities, interacting with our organizations or across your units even, somebody that's doing something in your unit or your SFRG, let us know who they are, and we will surely look to recognize them, okay? These are just a couple of public service announcements. Housing. We do the housing town halls every quarter. In the last month, we've had one of the duplex dwelling units over on some of our newest housing. We had some mold issues in one of the sets of quarters. So both the A and the B side over there experienced it because it was potentially some water damage in the wall in between the two. If you think or suspect you have mold or some like the water damage potentially is causing mold in your quarters, please let us know. We'll send DPW out to check to confirm benign. If we find that early, it's normally a pretty easy fix. If we find it late and it's already waterlogged, we're potentially ripping out walls and replacing appliances. So if you could help us out there, if you think at any reason you have reason to believe you have mold in your quarters, we've not found it really widespread throughout the garrison, but it was isolated to that set of quarters. It's an inconvenience for the families in there, but we did end up moving in that government expense to another set of quarters. All right. March of 2020, our local elections here in the Ansbach area, the city council area. So just this is no different from the United States as we move to an election season. You're going to hear things in the news. Hot button issues for some of the local politicians are there's some environmental issues, helicopter noise, right? If you read German or you're German, you can see it in the local newspapers. And so that's part of the political scene here. So just understand that and know that as we move closer to March and the elections, you may see more stories about environmental issues here in Ansbach and helicopter noise associated with us being here. All right, that's all I have for opening comments. Move on.
All right, thank you, sir. So here's the agenda. Again, this changes monthly based on our presenters. Here's what we're going to hit this month. Calendar events look a little small, but that's because there's so many. I'm just going to hit the highlights. The remaining of the events will be sent out in backup, but I just want to hit off on the Fall Bazaar, 21st through 23rd of November. Mr. Riley, he's going to give his pitch here in a minute, so I'm sorry I'm stealing your thunder. And then also the Thanksgiving meal. It's a big tradition we have here, and for the Army, our leaders are going to be serving, so we hope you guys come out and support the Potterbach Wings of Victory dining facility. There will be a flyer here momentarily. Again, that lunch is 12 to 1400, and yes, people start lining up a little early to get that great seat and that pumpkin pie. So please support the 12 Cabs Wings of Victory for that event. And I'm just going to go ahead and kick this off. 357, Mr. Crowley.
Good morning, everybody. Brian Crowley with 357. The gist of this slide here is really for awareness for everybody. So the Army Security Manpower Model back in 2017, the Army directed that the security professionals that we have, the Manny Melendez, Alonzo Edwards that you have in the garrison, we do a lot of activities within the community. But back on, the Army directed that those assets go back to the mission commands, the 12 cabs and so forth and such. So that's the big Army picture. The only reason I bring that up, because it really affects quite a bit of people in the room. So the effects of it are that the Manny Melendezes of the world and things like that, they're in the basement of the garrison headquarters. They do a lot of fingerprinting for community activities and things like that. I mean, thousands of actions annually. So with this realignment of the security professionals going back to battalion, brigade, S2 shops and things like that, some of the examples I just want to give you. So they do fingerprints, or we have historically done fingerprints for naturalization, immigration, teacher certifications, allow the DODS teachers when they transition out of an OCONUS assignment going back to Colorado or California, they got to have fingerprints to do their certifications and things like that. Nurse certifications, contractors will come and use our services in the past routinely. Non-income volunteers, and then we do stuff for folks that need secure access to the SIPRNet and things like that. So those are examples, you know, when we talk about the realigning of security personnel, they're kind of behind the scenes people. You're like, well, what's that mean to you? But that's what it means, is they do a lot of fingerprinting activity for the community, a lot of volunteer type stuff. So as we move forward, just be aware of things that we may have done over the past 5, 10 years. When you come down to the basement, in our little cubby hole back there, you know, Alonzo Edwards by himself now, because of this basement realigning of the security specialist, he may be saying that you can't do the service any longer, and he's going to realign you or push you back to a responsory organization, the S2 shops. So we just wanted to do that. It took effect 1 October, I mean, a little over 30 days ago. The Army, even though they've been working it since 2017, has been kind of slow to react to get equipment to the S2s and the brigade shops. But we'll work through it, but I did want to put it up for awareness as we move forward. We have directions coming out of Installation Management Command San Antonio and Army Material Command out of Alabama. So really it's awareness, and then that's kind of tying it into the effects of you guys on the big Army picture, okay?
Brian,
Yes, ma'am.
how does that affect volunteers that are working with children? Will they usually go to Mandy's for fingerprinting? Like at Chapel, CYS, things like that? Where do we now go?
Yeah, good question, ma'am. So that's an IMCOM and Garrison requirement, so we'll continue to do that. You know, for those pieces, if it's volunteerism for our IMCOM and the Garrison type activities. Okay.
So the bottom line is that this security service is not a service that IMCOM delivers for anybody other than its own employees at this point, okay? So because those volunteers are part of the Garrison services, we will be able to do that, but IMCOM no longer delivers this service like it delivers housing. It's not an IMCOM function writ large. Does that make sense? Yeah.
And as we transition, guys, we'll help. Yeah, I mean, we'll work through it and get to the best solution for it.
Just for my application, so I'm currently processing a live stream card information issues that they post out. Is that a good support? Is that
So that's an example we just have to dig through that, because I mean, you're in Garrison, okay? That's an example of nationalization and immigration stuff is a service portion of that we won't do. Okay? We got to work through that process. I asked the same questions to the security office, you know, consulates and things like that. You know, 15, 20 years ago, you go through the consulate up in Frankfurt, Munich, et cetera, for those things. Yeah, but and I'll confirm. I'm giving you guys as a warning. We'll work through it. I mean, let's talk offline on it, and we'll work with Alonzo on that. Okay. Okay. Any other questions on that? Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. DPW.
Okay, good morning. So we put these slides together last week, and I've literally not looked at them since then. So if I sound a little discombobulated, I apologize. But you might say I always sound discombobulated. So PFAS, right? Pre- and polyfluorinated alkali substances. You may have heard a lot about those in the news recently. Not just here in Ansbach, but all around the world, they're having PFAS issues. You can see all the products that contain PFAS. They're everywhere. In fact, I saw a video the other day about a farmer who farms, puts his crops in. Every year he has to destroy all his crops because of fertilizers that are used on that in his ground make his food or whatever he's growing, not available to use for even livestock or anything like that. So, in any case, we have a PFAS issue here in Ansbach, and that PFAS was caused by firefighting foam that were used up until about 2006 in the firefighting training pits, both at Stork as well as here in Katterbach. So the real issues at Katterbach, where some of the groundwater and soil has been contaminated by the residue from that firefighting foam that was used up until 2006. So if you go to the next slide, please. Some questions have been raised about drinking water here in Ansbach. Is it safe to drink? And the answer is yes. We do monitoring every, in this case, drinking water was tested in 2017. We're also doing a 2019 study. But so far, everything's come back. The bottom line is the drinking water that we get here in Ansbach does not come from the groundwater immediately surrounding. We get our water from Stockbrook, Ansbach, GmbH. And their water, they get groundwater, their water catchment area is from groundwater wells and untapped spring facility that comes in, I can pronounce his name very well, but Schlauersbach, which is 13 kilometers from here, and Gersbach, which is 22 kilometers from here. So our water does not come from anything close to here. We also don't think that water is contaminated anyway. Well, it is, I'm sorry, it is contaminated to a certain extent, but it is not, has not gotten into the drinking water at this point in time, as far as we know. So we get our water from a long ways away. Stork gets their water from areas that are 24 kilometers from the area as well, a town called Wasser Moongenau, and also an estuary called Lech Danube, which is 80 kilometers. So all sorts of areas that the water catchment areas are from locations far from our installation. So bottom line is, yes, our drinking water is safe. Any questions on PFAS? Okay, we're working very closely with the city as well as the state of Bavaria, as well as federal officials, to ensure that we are taking the proper measures and doing the proper things for the community at large. Okay. Next slide, please.
Questions on that?
And as you can see, just a couple weeks ago we had it tested again, and the results are pending, but we'll share those once they're received. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, it is winter season. Weather's getting cooler. We had this slide up last month, and I believe the month before that. Just a reminder on how your thermostat works on your heating devices. So key is, like putting it on 5 doesn't make it necessarily heat up any quicker, and it makes it about 84 degrees, I think, in your house. And so 3 is about the normal temperature, and that gets it to about 70 degrees or 72 degrees that the number 3 represents. Next slide, please. So rabbit population, I think we talked about this from the housing town halls. We've had 2 rabbit hunts, 2 scheduled for this fall. The first one was conducted last week. As you can see, I think the Forstmeister conducted that with a weasel, or a ferret, I should say, and they captured about 30 rabbits. And so they so 30 actually represents 30,000 next year. And we have another rabbit hunt coming up on the 9th of November, which is Saturday, and this will actually use a firearm. It's a small caliber, it's very short range as well, but you might hear some sound of a pop or a sound of an explosion, gun going off. But it's very well contained, and they will be running those areas listed in addition to shipping not conducted last time. Mentioned on one of the slides on the calendar, just a reminder that tomorrow is the housing survey kicks off. Last time we had a housing survey, we had about 19% response rate, so we're really hoping to get a lot higher response rate. So it will go directly to the emails that are on file, that are on record at the housing office. So please encourage yourselves and your neighbors and your colleagues to take the survey so we can get your feedback. Obviously, if we don't think there's an issue, we think we can do it. So we really value it.
Chris, I just want to say something there. So these surveys will be mailed. It's 1 per household. It's not per person in the household. And it's going to be an email address that you gave housing when you got here. So if that's not your correct email now, they need to make sure they get it, because that's where the survey is going to go for the household. And then the last survey we did was in the January, February time. So the Army housing crisis kind of hit in the February time frame. where we put a renewed emphasis on our housing and making sure you have the best housing here that you can have. And so we're really interested this will be the first set of results, or the first survey, since we've taken all those efforts starting last February. So we're very interested to hear what we're doing well, where we've improved, and where we still need to improve and what we can do better. So this survey will help us do that. And so I got to brief these survey results. I had to brief the last ones. I briefed them to my boss. He briefs them to his boss, and these get briefed up to the Army level. So they do go somewhere, and things happen out of these surveys. So please provide us your honest feedback. It helps us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And next slide, please.
That was it, Mr.
Okay,
Benson.
great. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
We have a lot of trees in our yard, and we have a lot of them in all bags,
Okay. Like leaf bags? Okay.
Did we do something wrong, or?
Not at all. Probably just not aware of it. You live on the loop area?
Yeah.
Okay. Just drove by there. I'm sorry, I didn't notice it. Just drove by there a few minutes ago. Okay. One. Very.
I just got my work this morning, doing the format, doing magnets in,
Thank you.
Bring that up.
Sir.
Sir, what do they do with rabbit meat? Does the people get it all, or
The rabbit what? I'm sorry?
the rabbit meat?
Oh, meat. You know, actually, I don't think it's a good idea to do that because there's a lot of inbreeding. And I know in my last installation here in Germany, they had, 3 eyes and stuff, and one looking backward, one looking forward, and stuff like that. So, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Okay.
The rabbit meister will get a hold of it.
Actually, I already did, and because we had a question about that, and these rabbits are not good to eat.
Okay.
Thanks for the follow-up.
Thanks, man. Yes, ma'am.
No, somebody called.
So, those of us on the loop, we do have garlics with underneath the trees in the front. Do we contact you once they do the final, kill to see if they have those to be filled in so they don't intrude over
Yes.
or damage the ground?
Yes, if you recall, you may not, Klaus Reinhardt kind of does a lot of that, works directly with the Forstmeister as well as the erosion grounds. So he has a team that's able to go fill those holes. Simply doing it with the rabbits themselves, but we fill those holes, and they might come back, but we'll take a look at whether the tree is stable or not, those types of things, as well as try to do everything we can to
And even
fill
through
those
the
holes.
area in between, because sometimes as we walk, we have to be careful where our feet.
Right. Absolutely. So, is it a good idea to just call in a work order, or to contact us directly, or what?
Okay.
Put your, obviously, point of contact information on this so we can contact us, so we know exactly what we're talking about.
Thank you. All great questions. Mr. Riley, are you ready to brief? Thank you, Mr. Benson.
Guten Morgen. All right. So I guess it's time for us to have an advanced German language class today, students. You guys are all graduated up through the intermediate, basic and intermediate lessons. Good morning. Thank you for that fine welcome. First slide. So this is fun. This is exciting. This is great stuff. I have 25 slides in the deck. I'm only going to go through a couple of them. But please, when the deck comes out, take a look, because there's an extraordinary amount of great stuff going on. I'll just talk about a few of them here right now. So starting off, the Harlem Globetrotters coming to town 14 November. 14 November, Kotterbach Fitness Center. You need a ticket, just like these, to get in. I have tickets, and you can come and see me, and I'll give you some of these tickets. You can get some of these tickets at MWR Central, at Erlos. You can get tickets at the Kotterbach Fitness Center. If you don't, a ticket guarantees you a seat. A ticket lets you do something else really cool too. When you get tickets, you can go up to a friend who's maybe a newcomer to the community, and you can give them a couple of tickets and say, hey, come on along with me. We call them an invite-along. Use the tickets to bring somebody else and get somebody else engaged in the things we do in the community. Hope to see you there. So, They're free.
Whoa,
They're absolutely free. So you get a ticket because it guarantees you a seat there. If you don't get a ticket, you can show up at the door. The doors open at 17:30. Show starts 18:30, and you can fly standby if you don't get a ticket. There should be some extra room. Okay, I'm going to move down to the Fall Bazaar. Also at the Katterbach Fitness Center, 21 to 23 November. This is the place to go to do all your Christmas shopping and all your spring shopping and all your shopping. We have 23 vendors this time, up from about 16 last time, so it's going to be a much bigger event. In the slide deck, you'll see the opening hours. They vary by day, and they're in the slide deck. You can see that, or you can find information about it on our website. Sir?
That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe.
That is Thursday,
So,
Friday, Saturday.
For the mission units and anyone that uses the gym, some portion of that gym floor is going to be closed during those days. The basketball court, so won't be available for PT or working out during those days at the bazaar.
So one more plug from this side. We have a 5K fun run, the Gobble Wobble Thanksgiving Day fun run on the 23rd. Please come out, and the idea is you run a 5K course, you eat little pieces of your Thanksgiving meal as you go along. By the end, you're just kind of wobbling across the finish line. Please come out for that. Next slide is already there. So here's a terrific new initiative. You've heard about this elsewhere, and now coming to Ansbach. On the 15th of November, we're going to open up the Katterbach Fitness Center for 24/7 access. We'll have regular manned operational hours during the day that you're familiar with, and staff will be there. But if you sign up for this program, you'll be able to come in after hours and use the gym whenever it's handy for you, whatever time you'd like to work out. The program requires that you register with us, that you take a 20-minute orientation. We will register you in our computer system. We'll take your ID card and scan it, and your ID card will be, you scan your ID card at the door will open up, and then you can come in and use the fitness center. There are some restrictions and limitations on using it. All of that will be explained in the orientation. 15 November, right after the Globetrotter show, 15 November, 24/7 fitness at your gym. Any questions about that?
Will there be control that way if one person goes in and scans his card, the 5 people following behind him to control that with cameras or something?
Mr. Benson's going to bring me these rabbits, and they're very ferocious rabbits, and they're going to go right after that second person who comes through. There will be controls and limitations, and penalties for not following the rules. Safety is a great concern for us, so it's very important that you do the orientation. We want you, when you work out, we really want you to bring a buddy with you and work out together. And there are a handful of other things that we know and that we'll explain during the orientation. Thank you. Other questions?
I'll just say this is something the community's been asking for, so we're going to implement it. And if you explain the rules and you violate the rules, we're just going to revoke your privileges for that person.
Thank you, sir. Next slide. So this is something else the community's been asking for from a previous CLIF last winter. You asked us about establishing an indoor play space for children. So parents could bring their children in the cold weather we sometimes get here in the winter. We'd have a nice warm place for you to come in, bring your children, and hang out with other kids, play, interact with other children. We're going to start doing this on Wednesdays, beginning 13 November, from 10 to 12 each Wednesday. No sign-up is required. Bring your children, and there'll be staff there to sort of get you started. They'll bring out some play equipment and whatnot. It's really self-directed play there. The idea is really, it's another one of those great invite-alongs. Bring a friend with you, get your kids together, escape the cold weather, have a little bit of fun. The success of this will be gauged in how many folks show up each time and whether we sustain it. If you like it, if it's what you want, we'll continue it, but it's based on the number of folks who show up each time. Please help us get the word out on that. Questions?
I noticed
I had a plant in the audience. It's easy. Ski season. This is my favorite. So it's ski season. Ski season is something that we do with a great deal of enthusiasm and excitement at our outdoor rec program. We're close enough to the mountains that we do it really well. We have a giant, comfortable, extremely comfortable Mercedes-Benz bus that we can take you all over Europe to ski locations. We have great ski equipment. This year we have added ski clothing to our line of things that you can rent from us, in addition to great skis, professionally tuned and maintained. And of course, the best is the outdoor rec staff, who we have a number of certified, trained, highly skilled and exciting individuals on our ski program. And we like to kick off the exciting ski season with a ski special. So if you come in, if you bring your skis in during the week of the 18th and 22nd, you'll get great discounts, super advice on getting ready for the ski season. Any questions?
All right, Mr. Riley, thank you so much. Next is my favorite service in the community, Coastal.
Hey, good
Mr.
morning,
Leandro.
everybody. Mike Leandro, Director of Human Resources. This slide was actually briefed at the last CLIF, and the only change to the slide is we're going to extend the holiday hours. As the start date is now going to be on 16 November. Okay, originally we had it for 9 November, but we should have went by 1 week. So the start date is 16 November. And one other thing I want to clarify on the slide is where it says Army Post Office, and that means that's a section of the mailroom where you mail your packages off and buy stamps and money orders. So that section will be open on 16 November through 21 December. Now the part that everyone loves is where you pick up packages. That's considered the community mailrooms at all locations. And Senate hours will commence from 16 November to 11 January. So please pick up your mail. We have limited space, so the more mail you pick up, the more we can get distributed and get out to the community. Anybody got any questions on that slide? Next slide is if you want to get those packages and letters and cards home to family and friends by Christmas, these are the recommended holiday mailing dates. And one thing to consider, to take into consideration is our mails flow from Frankfurt to Chicago. So there could be inclement weather that causes, flight cancellation, etc. So our motto is please mail early. Okay? We briefed this out last month's clip also. Anybody got any questions about the dates or the services offered? Now we'll move on to the next slide. This is our education center that's doing some great things. We're going to have aspects of higher education brief, and the dates and times and location are listed. They're going to talk about the evolution of the education services and programs, how they evolved over the years. So this is a great opportunity to come out there. They'll have some refreshments and snacks. So come out there and take a lunch and learn. One thing, if anybody in the community has any topics you want an education center to cover, let us know. The point of contact is Mr. Glenn McMahon's our Education Services Officer. It's listed on the bottom of the slide. Reach out to them, tell them what trend you want us to tailor, go after. We'll come to your formation, we'll come to your unit, we'll go to your organization, and that's the model of DHR. So if you hear anything different from DHR about services, please let me know. That's all I have. If someone has any questions.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Cash. I'm the clinic commander at the Ansbach Clinic. So I just had a few things to remind everybody about. We are still doing our flu drive. So at the afternoon time frame from 13 to 1600, we are giving flu shots in. You just need to walk in and we'll get them to any of the DOD ID card holders. So, that is available to you. And then I just want to put out our holiday season schedule. So basically on the 21st for our third Thursday training day, which we usually have the clinic shut down, we're going to be doing our holiday party, so there'll be no services at that time for that afternoon. And then for our Christmas time frame, we're still going to be open for all the days except for Christmas and New Year's, but we will be shutting down at 1500 on the 24th and the 31st of December. So we let everybody out for the eves of those holidays. I will be in the back if there's any questions, if there's any issues with you may have that you want to raise to me as well as the clinic is concerned, unless there's any questions.
Hey Dan, did you say the flu shot drive, what's the end date?
We don't have an end date right now. Once we get probably about 90 to 95% of all the individuals own the Garrison, we'll shut it down. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Chaplain?
I hope you're enjoying God's mercies today. They are fresh and new every morning. Great is His faithfulness. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right. Hey, a couple slides here. I just have three. One is our Advent workshop coming up. If you're unfamiliar with the term Advent, just substitute Christmas. So you can come. We'll have a little bit of meal at 1800. You can make an Advent wreath to take home with your family and enjoy some homemade wassail. And here we go, wassailing, that kind of thing. So it'll be a good night. I'll just call up and sign up, talk with Mr. Lee. And even if you don't sign up, just come. We'll have plenty of food, plenty of wassail, plenty of Advent wreaths, and it'll be a good time for you and your family together at the chapel. Next slide, please. If you're Catholic in background, there is a great pilgrimage coming up to Augsburg. So go to the cathedral. It's a time for some confessions. You'll enjoy Mass there and a time for refreshment as you seek some spiritual, deeper meaning to a miracle that happened at the Augsburg area. So if you're interested, you can see Father Leo. You can call the chapel to sign up for that. But that is a one-day turn and burn down to Augsburg. Great trip. Great opportunity as a pilgrimage, not so much just sightseeing, it really is a spiritual pilgrimage down to the holy place in Augsburg. And the last slide, for all the events coming up, a lot of these are just Advent and normal Sunday service, but I'll draw your attention to the bottom couple under Catholic Mass starting 25th, 29th, or 1st January. Those will be some special times of Catholic observance, as well as a Christmas Eve candlelight service on the 24th. Really an open, general Protestant, anybody. So, whatever flavor you might be, if you want to come to the candlelight service, you are welcome. Obviously, welcome at any chapel service. Just some are either Catholic or non-Catholic. So, any quick questions about any of those slides? Anybody need Greek verb cars, final points of Ecclesiastes? No, not today. All right, thanks.
Chaplain, I got a comment.
Yes.
So I saw a nice comment yesterday, someone thanking, I think we have the chapel watch care now for both the Catholic and the Protestant services. So please get the word out.
Thank you. Safety Bob?
Morning, everyone. Mr. Garza here from the Garrison Safety Office. I just want to remind everybody as winter sets in that, we start getting prepared. All right, and here's just a recommendation for some of the things you might want to carry around. Not necessarily every day if you're staying in the local area, but if you plan to venture out and go a little bit further, if you don't subscribe to one of the roadside service insurances, you might want to make sure you have this stuff in your trunk. Okay. Some of these things you do have to have by law anyway, like the warning triangle and the first aid kit and the reflective vest for everybody. Okay. As always, safety officer is here to help you out. If you ever have any questions, anything about safety, please feel free to give us a call. All right. Thank you very much. Any comments, questions from anyone? All right then. Followed by Aves.
Well, you'll actually be followed by myself, 12 cabs in the field. So here again is the Wings of Victory Dining Facility Thanksgiving meal. It starts at $1,200 and it goes to $1,400. Just be mindful of the times because people will start showing up a little early to line up. The standard price is $9.10. And the discounted rate is for family members and ranks of E4 and below of $6.80. Just everyone be mindful, it's not all you can carry or all you can eat. It is limited to 2 meats and 2 starches and vegetables. Any questions? Everything's good. 5-4?
We're going to skip over APs one more time. Okay, so I'm Lieutenant Colonel Daniels. I'm the battalion commander for 5-480A over on Shipton. Okay, so this month really marks our 1-year birthday for the battalion, so we're going to do something completely outside of the month and unrelated to our birthday. We're going to do a combatives tournament in January. So this tournament will be open to all the soldiers in the garrison. It will be open to family members. It will be open to contractors, GS employees. Someone, if you're not a green suitor, you have to actually sign a little waiver form saying that it's okay, that you understand the risk. But that's all right. Hey, so this is going to be a good time. We're going to open up to some of the other garrisons as well. We're going to extend invitations out to some folks at 2CR, whoever else wants to come play. If our sister battalion over in Baumholder wants to come get their feelings hurt, then we'll let them come out and get their feelings hurt as well also. Hey, so that flyer on the left, I know you can't read it. Don't worry about it. I just put that up there so you can know what you're going to be looking for. Around post. We'll put those up in the gym and some other places. We'll make sure the flashes are all over 12th Cab and 1-3 split front as well. The We Attack Fight Club. And so anyway, so you know, why are we doing it? Hey, bragging rights. Really, that's what it comes down to, right? You know, soldiers like to fight. You know, there's competitive nature in there, some more ego stuff, blah blah blah. Really, it's bragging rights. Who gets the win? It's going to be safe, absolutely. You know, don't worry about that. One of our first sergeants actually used to be part of the All-Army Combatives team. He's run thousands of soldiers through level 1, level 2 certifications. He's run tons of tournaments like this at all types of levels. So not just the little soldiers getting their certification, but actual like real tournaments. There's a couple other things we're working with. I won't put it out yet. As far as potential guest appearances by some people, that's not much yet. It'll all be by weight class, so it's not by age. It's by weight class. And when you see the flyers, you'll be able to see that, and you can't read it on here, obviously. But any questions for me? This will be in January 9th and 10th. The 9th, that's kind of like an open bracket, kind of like the first fights of a fight night. And then the 10th, that's going to be the championship rounds. All right, so it'll be open to the public to come watch. If you want to come watch people pound on each other, it'll be a good time.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Will there be a special bout just to fight the commander?
The battery and company commanders, absolutely. Absolutely, sorry.
Battalion commander.
Well, we'll see. That's there have to be a lot of money involved in that. You got to make retirement early worthwhile. Hey, so I'm glad you said that. So yeah, at the bottom there's a commander's exhibition on the 10th. Battery and company troop type commanders. Hey, if you want to get after it, sign up. There'll be a special event right there.
And Todd, I heard in February you're going to collaborate with the CDC, and we're going to have a bout for some of our younger fighters as well. That is a joke. That is not fair.
So I shouldn't say we're already having those bouts. All right. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
It's AB's turn now.
It's AB's turn. Thank you, Mr. Carey.
Sir, the toppers would win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're allowed to fight.
So I'm Gary Zotolo. I am the main store manager up at Erlos. I'm also the agency chief for AVs. And what we wanted to do was just let the community know about a very small sub-site that we have, but it contains a lot of information. So you can't really see the items on the left-hand side, but it's going to have everything from ESO, how to do your ESO card, what the ration amount is. It has a link to the site where you can charge your card. It has the real-time theater, which shows you all the movies that are playing here at Sadowski Theater. It also does nutritional information, which is important to quite a few people. So you can go in, click it. It will show you each concept, whether it's on this base or not. So you'll have Burger King listed, Charlie's. Click on it, it'll give you the nutritional information of everything on the menu. It also has the nutritional information of things that we sell at our expresses. Other things that are on there is our price matching policy and many, many other features. So we would encourage you to visit that website and browse and utilize that information. And that's all I have.
All right.
Got a question. So I'm tracking the Dunkin' Donuts this 0 test period. It's a trial period. It's permanent?
Finalized now.
Woo!
So that was finalized.
Yeah, it's just
All right,
finalized
next question. Thank you. All right, so it's here to stay.
Roger that.
All right, thanks.
They love my business there, so thank you.
Bundy's is still in the work. They're negotiating the contracts. Nothing's been finalized at this time. But our goal is to eventually phase out the slower concept Pizza Hut and bring in a nutritional concept for the Garrison. But we're waiting for everything to go through.
All right, Defka.
All right, good morning. Ronald Brego, Third Director Commissary. All right, the holidays are upon us. Busiest time of the year. The two important things I want to put out. Special orders. Please give us 7-day notice on special orders. Special orders during the holidays increase on us. We get a lot of special orders. So please, 7 days notice, and that'll give us a lot of time to be sure we get your special order filled. 2, we're normally closed on Mondays. Monday before Thanksgiving, we are always open. So this year, the 25th of November, Monday, we will be open. The store will be open. Also, the Monday before Christmas, that'll be the 23rd of December. Monday before Christmas, the commissary will be open. Tomorrow, 7th of November, Thursday, we are fully supporting the Veterans Day event at the Earless Mall in partnership with APES, the Retirees Association, American Legion. We're fully supporting that. There's going to be a lot of foods and drinks. Carrie's baking a cake. He'll have coffee there. So hope to see everybody out there tomorrow. All right, thank you. That's all I have. You bet. Starts at 12 o'clock.
We'll make sure it gets out to the community. RSC?
Everybody stand up and stretch. I'm Eddie Guevara. I'm a member of the Retired Soldiers Council. I'm going to promote the Veterans activity tomorrow over at the PX. Please, if you have time, we're going to thank our soldiers for their service, the spouses for your service, your husband, and to our nation. Bring your kids too. It's a lot of food to be given out. The Retirement Service Council is not only over at that building in room 207, but we are also making and visiting soldiers that are old and infirm that cannot come to us. So every week that I'm not in my office, I am out traveling. And every time that we are needed, because one of our veterans, our battle buddies, passed away, we are involved with that. We also assist as retirement service officers assisting. We travel out to the widows. We travel out to the family members of that veteran, and we assist them. Our office works with the Retirement Service Office. My counterpart, Mark Kaserne, is back in the States, attending a class that he attends annually on this accreditation. Also in this office, we help our veterans with their VA claims. Not only our veterans, but also our active duty soldiers. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you for your time.
No questions. All right, about 10 slides to go, so just hang in there. AUSA.
Morning, team.
Woo!
Fake it till you make it. All right. Hey, I'm Brad Gobley. I'm the AUSA Chapter President for First in Battle. Still looking for volunteers. We're your organization. I did fill my my community relations coordinator. I got somebody to step up and help with that cause. Case in point, we had Sergeant Major of the Army, retired Ken Preston, came here a week ago and spoke to the mighty soldiers of 5-4 and had a great time sharing experiences with him. And we hope to get more leaders from AUSA to come over to help with the connecting and educating piece. So, again, looking for volunteers. If you have any questions, I'll hang out down here. You know how to find me. Thank you.
Thank you. American Legion.
I'm Andy Guevara. You know, a lot of our community members, civilians, military, those that are even not involved with the military, are asking us what is the American Legion all about. And if you look at the right side of this slide up there, that's actually one of the main reasons why we exist. Is we advocate for our veterans programs, trying to make our quality of life better. In our community, what do? We support our commanders, our schools, youth, family members over the high school. These are a lot of the programs that are going on over there that we support and sponsor. When we support and sponsor, we even fund some of these programs. We send some of the winners back to the next level, and if they have to go back to the U.S., that's funded too. And I'm proud to admit that those that are coming out of our community are not some of the best, but are the best. November is a patriotic month for our veterans, Veterans Day. So we are involved in many locations with programs. We got invited and I got to go there next week. So you will see the JROTC, you will see the Veterans event over at Erlas. You will see the elementary school. You will also see the Veterans Day with the Veterans of Foreign Wars out at Elishan. We are a big supporter of the Retired Service Council. 90% of our legionnaires are on that board. And last but not least, we have a free martial arts class that we give over there. I have to put out, this is not MWR or a BOSS program. This is a program that we give because we have qualified instructor, and I think we got the space right now.
Eddie, yesterday I saw you in the United States Army Europe homepage. Teaching self-defense, you look pretty mean. I wouldn't have.
And we're not competing on the combative. Subject to everybody's question. Do you have anything for me?
Thank you, sir. The VFW.
Good morning, my name is Dale Nagan. I'm the adjutant for the VFW out at Elishan. Yes, we do exist. We always get people come to the bazaars, they come to the showcase and everything, and they say, we didn't know there was a VFW out at Elishan. There's been one out there for 20 years. We're going to do some things. We're going out Saturday the 9th. We're going to visit a lot of the graves around Firth and the area in that. We've got one grave out at Bernheim we've got to do. And if you know of a veteran's grave somewhere, let us know. Everybody please remember, though, that we are in a foreign country. We cannot go just because somebody says we know where a veteran's grave is. We will contact the Friedhof Verwaltung, get the information from them. Normally we give them a letter and they send it to the family. If the family says it is all right that we can visit the grave and place a flag on it, then we will go out every Memorial Day and every Veterans Day. But if the policies for that graveyard or the family's wishes say we don't visit it, then we don't do it. I know a lot of people have a heartburn with that, but that's just the way it is. We're not in the United States. Okay, we just had our meeting last night and was well attended. The same events that Eddie was talking about for the Legion. We do have members that will be at the JROTC tomorrow. We have folks who will be at the Erlas PX, where the guy that's running it, Ken, is a member of the Legion and a member of our VFW, so he's pushing that hard. We will be at the elementary school on the 8th, and on the 11th, we are having a ceremony. We are not detracting anything from the community. We have the Memorial Park out at Stork Barracks. It's our post home, so we're going to lay a wreath. And as far as I know right now, the Legion is going to come and lay a wreath with us. and Ansbach Post is going to be represented there. And then for anybody who wants to come by after we have our wreath laying ceremony on the 11th, we're going to have a flag burning ceremony out in front of the post. We are in the old daycare center in the housing area circle at Stork Barracks, building 6686. We will, no parking in front of the building when we first start because we have to put the fire barrel there to burn the flags, and the fire department will not let us park cars until we're done. Once we finish with the ceremony, we can have parking out in front of the building. And we will grill until everybody's fed or we run out.
There you go. Can you just clarify, I saw some interesting looks when you talked about a flag burning ceremony. That's how you properly dispose of the United States flag?
Yes, it is. By the U.S. Code, the American flag is a living object. You don't desecrate it, and once it's been used and it has now become soiled, tattered, or torn, or whatever, the disposal method is by burning. So we will. We have got a lot of engraved flags we've collected the last couple of years, so we need to get this done because we've got a storage closet that's getting full. All right. We wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Well, our next meeting is the 3rd of December. It's always the first Tuesday of the month at 1900 hours. We meet at the second Tuesday if it happens to be a German or American holidays, because the majority of us are retirees and everything, and if it's a holiday, Mama does not want us to have post-meeting. Okay, we're looking at a post-party, but we haven't got it that finalized yet. We're going to try and see about getting the folks from the 3rd CAD to come over with us. We'll throw a party for them and have them with us, and we'll bring out all our junk from all our storage rooms, and hopefully they'll help us decorate the post home for the holidays. There's my cell phone number and the commander's cell phone number if you need to get a hold of us. And sir, if I could, I need to know who a point of contact that we can talk about internet in the building, because we found a German connection, but we don't know who we get it with.
All right, thank you, sir. Any questions for the VFW? Nothing? All right, sir. Last but not least, the Ansbach Spouses and Civilian Club. Ms. Evelyn Smith.
Good afternoon. It is afternoon now. My name is Evelyn Smith. I'm currently the president of the Ansbach Spouses and Civilians Club. I'm going to briefly tell one thing about the thrift shop. I will start with that, and then I'll hand it over to Ingrid to cover some more programs that we have coming up for the end of the year. The thrift shop hours have changed due to winter hours, so it will still, the only difference is that on Thursday it will be from 12 to 6 versus 11 to 6. And the Saturdays will be the first Saturday of the month. That'll take care of in January. Because we're closing early in November and December for the holidays, we will still have 2 Saturdays a month from 11 to 3. Please be aware our donation bin is open. No summer clothing, no books, and no hangers. Please be respectful of our parking spots during our business hours. That detracts from our people coming to our, if they see the parking lot, if it's a housing individual that's been parking there for like 3 days, it detracts from people come into our thrift shop. They think it's blocked or busy or anything like that. With that being said, we do have monthly events, luncheons, and a monthly evening event. Our next monthly evening event will be 15 November. It will be bingo night at the thrift shop. With that being said, here is Ingrid Pierce.
Stealing the mic from the president. I'm one of the advisors of the Spouses Club, Spouses and Civilians Club. We have some things coming up where we need community involvement, please. You may or may not be aware, but for the last 30 years, one of our civilian members, longtime civilian members, Ms. Helga Mosier, has helped us host a German Kinderheim that is children in foster care in our local community. We ask for American families to host a child during the day. We also have other Garrison resources available during that day, which is always the first Saturday of every December, that are opened up on that Saturday to help us host these kids and bring a little Christmas joy to them. It's a great partnership program. and Ms. Hilda Mosier is the POC for that, and we are in need of American families. Again, that is the first Saturday in December, which is December 7th. We also are hosting an angel tree for our community to help American families. We have reached out to commanders, first sergeants, and SFRG leaders to recognize within their ranks and their unit family younger families that may be struggling to bring Christmas to their own kids. Our angel tree will be going up in the entryway of the PX Tuesday, 26 November. Last year we did it on Black Friday. The angels were taken all that day, and I would love to see it happen again. Our commanders and first sergeants all have the nomination forms for families, and they also have a timeline of how to get that information to us. We're working with ACS. Ms. Sandra Hersey with FAP is taking those and keeping everything anonymous for us in the gift-giving process. So we would greatly appreciate your help both with Kinderheim and our angel tree. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Community Bank, are they here? Oh, they are.
So, real quick, we have 2 ATMs that are going to replace. The one at Erlos will be on the 19th of November, so that will not be available for that date. It will be an improvement on the ATM, so anybody has issues on it, we're going to be going there. Second thing is Illusign is going to be ATM at the Davidson on the 26th of November. And Thanksgiving will be open from 9 to 12, so we're open Thanksgiving Day, as well as Veterans Day, we're open as well, normal business hours. So if you can't get your business done for the other time, you're open in the car. Okay?
All right, thank you, sir. Before we go into closing comments, alibis, Sergeant Cruz.
Good morning, I'm Sergeant Cruz. I'm the housing NCO. I'm sorry, there was an issue that was brought up. We're reintegrating the building coordinator program, and so information flow is not out there as good as it should be. We're working on that. There are bio containers for leaves. It's gonna get taken care of, the issue that was brought up, but the proper disposal, and this is gonna be every year. There's bio containers that are out, they're orange. They're put out in 3 locations. Sometimes it varies where they put them out. But when leaves are picked up, those bags need to get put into those containers so it actually gets disposed of properly. Besides that information, like I said, is hopefully going to get better. Is there any questions for me? One of the containers, the closest one to you from that loop, is located in by the school. So going towards the airfield, it'll be on the left side, and there's also one in the parking lot of K building, if I'm not mistaken. High school.
We'll get some information together. We distro all this information by Friday, so we'll have them put together a slide with a map with the locations for that, and then that'll go out in the information that goes out Friday. I think we'll be able, Perry, we'll talk to you after at the end on those that are currently out. Thank you.
All right, sir, the mic is yours. Closing comments from anyone else?
I wanted to follow up with Amy. Are there any outstanding questions that came in for the entirety of the group?
No, sir. We're good to go.
Okay, we 4 minutes back in the December CLIF.
All right, sir, thank you very much. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, here's where you can find us or find me. Have a great Thanksgiving.